I'm trying to think today about all the things I keep seeing in other people that are really like a mirror back to me. Thinking about conversations yesterday or the day before, needing assurances, wanting to be part of things so that you're sure. But really, when we, so part of conversations with university people so that we're sure we're going to get in, or that conversation is happening. And so I just started thinking about, would that help? I mean, what has helped me? And when I walked in this morning, I saw this quote: the person who says something is impossible should not interrupt the person doing it. So I just started thinking a lot about what moves you forward. Both Seth and Deepak Chopra today are talking about every day is a new day. What are you going to do with it? Do you have a new narrative today, or are you going to wake up and be the same person? And then specifically back to that conversation, what changes you today? Because I think the essence of it that we're missing is that I think we all want betterness, Umar Haque's betterness. We want that. But it's so, our minds are so ingrained with how to get that. In fact, it's about getting that has us all foggy. Because we're wanting that security that we're going to get in someplace. It just looks different now. I mean, okay, so we're going about this a different way, but we're still wanting security that we're going to get in someplace. When to me, that's the whole thing you have to unleash. Because unless you unleash that, that's going to be your end result, getting in. And what if it's not your end result, getting in? What if getting in is the whole thing we need to let go of? What if we just decide we're going to be? So then I started thinking about, what's her name? Natalie, I think, who worked with invisible children and part of College, did amazing things. Watched her TED yesterday. And then another 14-year-old who's a nuclear physicist at 17. At 14, he did his first brilliant work, came to be. And there's also a girl, I want to say Vanessa, but I don't remember her name, who wrote a recipe for the cure to cancer and is now at Stanford. And we see all those things, and we see that, okay, that nuclear physicist guy is talking to Obama. Natalie has, been talking to Oprah and such, and on TV and all that. But to listen to Natalie talk, that isn't the moment. That isn't the end result. And I think we all, having not been in those particular moments, think that's what we're striving for. And she so eloquently put it in the TED that it's when the doors are shut and the cameras are off. When it's really tough, that's the part that makes you extraordinary. Because when you're chasing after something, it's not you. If you think you need that acceptance, if you're looking for that acceptance from other people, well, you could become better than you are. It's not the best you can be. It's not the betterness. It's not the breathtakingness that you have to offer the world. So I guess, those conversations, and I wondered why they weren't settling well with me. Because I've always wanted to fix things. with people. I always want to make sure they're not stressed. And so my first response was, okay, here, come to all these conversations. And I started thinking, why did that not settle with me? Because that doesn't prove anything. That doesn't help anything. I think we all need to just focus on today's a new day. What I'm doing is not ridiculous. Today I'm alive. I have a chance for a new narrative. And the narrative that I can offer the world, that's the best narrative that I can offer the world, is to be myself. And that's hard because, I just wrote some emails and the first thought is, I'm imposing, this ridiculous that I'm putting these videos on YouTube. It's a different mindset. A friend wrote me a text, and in it she said something about being brave and arrogant. And I was like, whoa, and I still want to look into that, but I just think we need a different mindset. I think for me, okay, this is a message to me, I think my own perceived humility has been an arrogance in a bad way. It's kept me from being transparent and just laying it all out there and realizing that the best thing, the richest thing, are the connections. And the connections happen when you're the most vulnerable. They don't happen when you're chasing after the perceived goal, especially when it's not your perceived goal. So, that's hard. That's something I gotta work on. Pleasing other people, or just being the best person you can be each day.